Hey y'all, Chantel here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, filming space is different. This is not my usual filming area. As a matter of fact, I'm not even in Port Harcourt. I'm actually in the east. I came here for something and I have a deadline to put out this video, so I had to film it here before going back to Port Harcourt. I hope you guys like it. I just tried to make it work, and in the spirit of being in the village, I'm going to be sipping on some palm wine, some cold fresh palm wine. Yeah, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, the best learning platform as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to title this video questions I have been avoiding, because to be honest, I've been avoiding answering these questions, even though it's me that carried my hand and put up a post asking you all to send in your questions about my relationship, my long distance relationship, all you need to know about it. And I really did not want to personalize it. I just tell people to ask questions concerning long distance relationship, or you're being who you are, asking me questions about my own relationship. So I'll be answering them in this video. I'm first going to start with the Instagram responses. Most questions were repetitive, so yeah, I'll just answer them. This one is from a fellow YouTuber, and that's she says, she asked a couple of questions actually. Are you planning to move to his location soon, or is he moving to yours? The plan, right? You guys, I'm sweating, so please ignore if you see sweat dripping from my face. The plan is to move to his location. Like, if we eventually end up together, start a family and all of that, I would have to move to his location. But yeah, that's just us planning. Man proposes and God disposes. We don't know how it will pan out. Next question from her is, what did it take you to fully trust your partner, especially with distance? I and Casey dated long distance relationship, and trusting him was fully my choice, as people kept being negative about a fine boy in Lagos alone. Casey is her husband, by the way. For those who don't know, you should check out her channel in that say. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm going to take a cue from your write-up where you said you made the choice to fully trust him. That's same with me. I made the choice to fully trust him. I know that long distance, you can never be with him. You can never know what he's doing at each time, right? But he tries, he makes the conscious effort to keep me abreast of things happening. And yeah, I just trust him. I just made the decision to trust him. How do you handle the intimacy tension? It's long distance now. We already knew what we're getting into. Moreover, I've been celibate, so it did not do anything to me, to be honest. I'm just being very honest. For me, it was just, yeah, a normal thing. But him being a man, and a man that has needs, obviously came up sometimes, but we just found a way to talk about it and just tell him that we are not together. When we get together, we'll talk about it more and find a way around it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Do you get over arguments quicker because of the distance, or it takes longer? Wow, this is a very good question. To be honest, it takes longer. Now that he's in the country, right, we've not even quarreled, and he's been here for over a month. But imagine when he was not around, we used to quarrel over things that should not even amount to an argument to cause us a quarrel. So the misunderstanding was so much while it was long distance. But right now, we understand ourselves so much that now that he's here, we don't even quarrel about anything. So yeah, to answer your question, it was way more when we were not seeing each other, when it wasn't physical, as opposed to now. Yvonne, the masterpiece, says, how do you really trust your partner is being faithful? Also, tips on building intimacy. I already answered that. I just decided to trust him, and intimacy was a choice or for us because he already knew my stance on that. The Real King 2 says, did you meet online? I'm going to do a Q&A on how we actually met, but not now, not anytime soon, but eventually on this channel. Just watch out for it. Next question is, how do you handle misunderstandings in your relationship? This question came up a lot of times between both of us, right? When we have a misunderstanding, we do not talk about it when the tension is still high. We wait for both of us to calm down. Maybe later in the evening or the next day when everybody has calmed down, then we talk about it. We always talk about our issues, our misunderstandings, our misconceptions whenever they arise. But we wait for each other to be calm. So that way there's a better understanding of what he likes or what I don't like, and then we find a solution to it, apologize, and then move on. So yeah, that's how we handle our misunderstanding. Ugo Peace asked, what is your thoughts on celibacy? I've been pro celibacy here on my channel. Everybody has known about it. That's if you watch the video though. But yeah, it depends on you and your partner. If you have the understanding and you agree to it, then it's good. Kelly Girl communication in long distance. The time difference put a strain on relationship. This is from Hachaya. Oh, I'm so hot. Time difference doesn't necessarily put a strain in our own relationship, because I know the time conversion, right? So when it's morning here, I know that he might still be sleeping. When he is at work, he knows that it's almost time for me to sleep. So sometimes during his break, he comes out, calls me, we say a good night, and we sleep. And when I wake up in the morning and I know he's still in bed, I send a text message. When he wakes up, he'll call me. So we just understand the time conversion. So it makes it easier for us to communicate and talk more. To answer your question, it doesn't put a strain on our relationship because we understand the time conversion, the time difference. What is it you don't like about being in a long distance relationship besides a person not being there? Misconception for me is number one. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. I might be saying A, but he's deciphering it to be B, and vice versa. So most times we end up quarreling over something that is so irrelevant. My question is, do you have a time limit to how long the long distance relationship has to last? I've said this multiple times on my channel. Marriage is not a do or die affair for me. So if I feel the same way I feel about him, then I don't mind. The relationship can last a very long time. Do you get? First, I'm happy. Happiness is key to me. It's the primary thing. So yeah, to answer your question, there's really no time limit. What happens when there's nothing much to say again? There's always something to say. Both of us are really close. Like, we are friends, so there's always something to say. Either he's yabbing me, or we are gossiping about something or someone, or he's telling me something important about his day, ranting. There's always something to say. I don't think we've ever had a time when we don't have what to talk about. So to the sponsors of this video, Skillshare, thank you so much. For those who haven't heard about Skillshare, Skillshare is an online learning community aimed to get you inspired and move your creative journey forward regardless of your expertise level. Classes include topics on film, video and animation, creativity, fine arts, illustration and graphic design, self-care, crafts and plans. For the first 1,000 people to click on the link in my description box, you get to enjoy 1 month free premium membership, 30 days of free learning on Skillshare on any topic that you want. Click on the link in my description now. I'll also pin it in my comment section, and it redirects you to Skillshare and you enjoy 1 month free. Okay, let's move on to the YouTube community questions. Those ones are not a lot. Have you felt like giving up before? How did you go through that phase? What do you do when all you want is a hug or a shoulder to lean on? How do you cope with data consumption and poor network issues? This is from Uloma Oji. So I'm just going to answer her question in segments. Have you felt like giving up before? Of course, yes. Is there anybody that's been in a relationship that hasn't felt like giving up before? Let me not even answer for any other person. Let me answer for myself. Yes, I have felt like giving up before, more than once. But we got to the point where we talked about it. How did you go through that phase? Yeah, we talked about it. What do you do when all you want is a hug or shoulder to lean on? If people know my kind of person, I like my space. So it happens once in a while. He knows that about me already. Like, I get mushy once in a very long while when I need his attention or a shoulder to lean on. So when that happens, he just calls me, but it rarely happens because I'm very independent when it comes to my emotions. I've come to that point where my self-love is so strong that I love being by myself. I love experiencing myself. I love hanging out with me. So yeah. How do you cope with data consumption and poor network issues? I have to recharge my phone. I know that I'm in a long distance relationship, so I always have to have data. I always have to have internet on point. I always have to have options in case one is down. I'll switch over to the other one because we talk on WhatsApp call a lot, and if there's no internet, like everything is down, then it will be voice call via airtime. So it wants airtime, but I'm willing to do it. It's not a sacrifice at this point. It's something I enjoy doing. You're such a red gem. Oh, happy birthday in Arias. Thank you, Mimi Gal Vlog. My question is, how did you survive in a distant relationship and how often do you see each other? I'll answer all of that in the how we met video. But surviving a long distance relationship, I already said it. We're friends and it's not easy. Like I said, we had our misunderstandings, but we pulled through somehow. When you finally decide to marry, will you be expecting a smooth transition or journey to being together, or will there be another waiting period because of immigration before being together? What do you do for dating? Obviously there will be waiting period for immigration because I don't have a visa, but yeah, somehow God will make a way and it won't be that long. And she also asked, what do you do for date night? Date night, when we're together, we go out a lot, we hang out a lot. Even when we're together, it doesn't require dressing up and going out, just staying together, gisting. For me, that's good enough. How long have you been in the long distance relationship? Beatrice asked. It's over a year. It will be 2 years in March of next year, so a year and some months. She said she's been in one for over 3 years now and she hasn't seen him for almost 2 years. Bruh, wow, that's a long time. Paula Amanda asked, how do you deal with insecurities that come from being distant, and also what's your take on the fact that your partners decide to use or play some guys in your life just to test you? The day he tries that is the end of our relationship. Like, simple and short. What are you testing me with a guy for? If I fall, it's at your own peril. Respect is the word, not even trust. We respect ourselves and we know, we take each other's words for it. So if I tell him this is what I'm doing, he trusts me enough and he respects me enough to take my word for it, and vice versa. So any guy that tries that in the business of doing that is a sore loser, a big time one. Ooh, Oluchi Azaya says she's 6 years apart. Oh my goodness. Oh, she even loves the idea. Me, I don't love being separated though. I want to be with him. I've mentioned that before, but I don't know. Yeah, you really don't know him much because he never envisaged being apart for this long. How do you meet your partner? So many people, how do you meet your partner? Don't worry, the video will come. Congratulations, Joy Simon. She says she's been together with someone for 5 years and wedding is in December. Oh, congrats. Aside constant communication, how else do you keep the butterflies in your tummy? It's actually constant communication. Is there any other thing to keep the butterflies in your tummy when it's long distance? You're not physical, so it's not like you can go on date nights or stuff. It's just communication. We talk about any and everything. What's baby boo's name? What do you want to use his name for? She said maybe English name. What do you want to use it for? Eh? Baby girl. Leave me alone, I beg. Yeah, so that's it with the questions in this video. You guys, since coming back on YouTube, I've been finding it difficult to blend in again, but thankfully classes on Skillshare have helped me. My favorite class that I watched recently is from Pat Coquette, where she talks about social media marketing and how to boost your social media presence and followers. She gave top tips, pro tips on how to do that. It's amazing, you guys. I'll leave the link in my description because it's a must-watch class, to be honest. So that's it with this Q&A. If I did not answer your question, just know that I answered something similar, so there was no need repeating what I'd already said. Just check out Skillshare. I'll leave the link in my description box. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for sending your questions. I was so afraid to answer these questions, but thank God they are out of the way now, and I've done the video after almost 2 months. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Mwah.